Technology, rather.
Sure, sure, yeah. How are you?
But I'm good. It was nice
Good.
seeing you.
You too.
My daughter would like to say hello, but she's in class right now. So
Oh, goodness. Well, that's good. That's a very good thing.
we will be talking about that. And very quickly, I know for a fact, other than television, you are very active on stage.
Yeah, well,
And
not lately, but I usually, that's where my heart is, definitely in live performance and in theater.
what's the difference performing television and live?
A big difference. I mean, I think as far as, what we pull from as creatives is the same. We're storytellers, so I think our process might be the same. But really, when you're doing something like television, especially in shows like Magnum and Hawaii Five-0, you bust through it pretty quickly. There's no
Right.
real kind of rehearsal time with everybody. You don't usually do table reads for every single episode. Whereas in theater, you have like a good chunk of time, like probably a month or months sometimes, of putting a show together and getting to know your cast and crew on a really really more kind of personal basis on every day. And then, of course, in live theater, if you're doing a show on Broadway, you're doing it 8 times a week. So the audience really affects the vibe of and the choices you make on stage from night to night or day to day if you're doing matinees. Also, with when you throw in different cast members and understudies and everything else that can happen in live theater, you kind of have to go off of those instincts. So I think there's a big difference that way. But the cool thing about television film is that it's so intimate, and you can do so many wonderful things when you're that close to the audience. You're in their homes essentially. So
Right, right.
yeah, they're both wonderful in different ways.
Now, I have to admit, you're the first person who said that
Oh,
television was better than stage.
oh, not better. I
Not,
think they're
yeah,
I think
not
they're different. Not
intimate.
not be- not better, but different. You know what I mean? And I think it depends on
Right.
the house too. So I think if you're playing a giant Broadway house and are in the back, of course you're not necessarily getting the same experience if you were able, like watching Hamilton. I saw
Yeah.
Hamilton on Broadway with the original cast twice. And when I watched it on Disney Plus, there were so many moments that I missed out on. So again, you have when you're in the theater, you're feeling the energy of not only the actors but everyone around you. But then when you get to see it on television, you get to notice, and you get the luxury of pausing and rewinding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, I wouldn't say one is better. For me, I do love live theater, but I think they definitely offer different bonuses, different perks.
Now, I'll be remiss if I don't ask this. Been in COVID for a long time.
Hmm.
How how is it working in a COVID environment as an actor right now?
Well, it's interesting. Of course, safety comes first. So I will say that
Mhm.
I feel super safe when I'm working, when I get to work on the show on Magnum, because they are testing all the time. Everyone is very good about keeping their distance and keeping their masks on when we have to or supposed to. So as an actor, I feel in working actor that way, it's been such a blessing because a lot of things have stopped. And here in Hawaii, luckily we have been very good with our numbers. So we're very very blessed that way. And then also it's interesting because it's there are obviously terrible sides to it, because the industry as a whole has definitely gone down a
Yeah.
lot. Things,
Yes.
especially in LA with what's happening in Los Angeles. But the cool thing about auditioning right now, I guess, is especially for actors who don't live in Los Angeles, is the self tape is the norm now.
Right,
Going
right,
to casting offices. So that's been very nice not to have to fly, all the time
right.
for callbacks or whatnot. And then also, I think the biggest thing too is, we were talking about Broadway, and I've done Broadway, and I started in live theater. I mean, that's kind of the stuff, and I think a lot of actors love, who started in theater, of course, or just love live audiences, so it's been hard that way, I have to say. This month or last month, January, was the first time I hadn't done a live performance, even on a live stream, for probably
Right.
like 15 years, so that was a big change. And we haven't done anything I haven't done anything in front of an audience since March of last year. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's there are it's neat how things are shifting in a certain way,
Right.
that's working for us, and then it's, of course, it's a major bummer to see how it's affected the industry. But I know that it's going to bounce back, because everyone right now more than ever just needs an escape to laugh, to cry, to get out of their own world. So
Yeah, be entertained in some other
yeah,
way. Yeah.
yeah,
Now, okay, let's shift 50 Magnum because
okay.
people are gonna shoot me if I don't ask that.
Oh goodness, don't do that.
Okay. Okay, I have to admit, all this time I've been butchering your character name, and Lance had to correct me. It goes like, it's not Neolani, it's Noelani.
Oh yeah, it's no
Right?
money. Yeah.
And it goes like, okay, I think I was hearing Alex say it Neolani all the time. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, or I'm not hearing it. So, how is the transition from 50 to Magnum?
I mean, we've transitioned 2 seasons ago, so it feels,
I guess so. Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels the same. It is interesting. My character Noelani has a different relationship with Magnum, right? I think it's definitely shifted since the first 2 seasons, where they are definitely more on a personal level, and she wants to help him more. She feels for him now, versus get out of my office, you're bothering me again, stop trying to feed me. I think, yeah, I think so. So it's been really great, and the cast is so wonderful.
Yes.
So it's been great. I miss my 50 friends so much. I mean, I not a day goes by that I don't think like, oh man, because you get memories pop up right on your
Right,
phone all the time.
right,
And
right.
so I mean, yeah, I think for me, as far as being on set, I'm still in the medical examiner's office. Her office is still there right now, and yeah, it just feels like another day at the office, and I'm so happy to still be a part of it all.
You are, and how do you go? How many episodes are you doing with COVID? I know you have a shortened shortened season.
Seasoned, yeah.
Yeah. How many episodes
I
are you supposed
Whatever was
to?
released. I'm not sure if I can say whatever was released. I know what you folks know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know what you folks know.
Okay. Are there something we should know about Magnum that I know you cannot say spoilers? Okay. Is there a can Doctor Novalani get like a little action also on Magnum the same way that she got a little action in Fyro?
I think that would be great. It is. It's a little different though, because when in Hawaii 5 they have to work with Noelani. You know what I'm saying? They have to
Yeah.
work. They are a task force, with the state, whereas
Mhm.
Magnum and Higgins are totally on their own. Of course, they have the Katsumoto moment, and so it's a little different. But I would love to see that. I definitely think that if Noelani were to ever end up in a situation where she needed their help, they would be on it. So who knows? Maybe. I think that's a great
I,
pitch.
yeah, and I think you and Higgins should have a little girl Friday night.
Oh, that'd be great. Actually, I had lunch with Amy and Purdy a couple weeks back,
And
and
cool,
we said we should definitely do some sort of
like
like power moment
in Ohio in La Mariana of all places.
in La Mariana. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right,
A
let's.
sleepover at La Mariana.
Okay, before I have to ask. I asked this to a lot of to most of the actors that I speak to,
Uh huh.
and I have not to put them in a spot, but uh, just to describe your co-workers in one sentence. I'll say a name, not one sentence, one word,
One
very quickly,
word?
just one word. All right.
Oh, all of them?
Well,
In
I'll say
in
the name.
I see.
All
Okay.
right, I'll say a name. Alex O'Loughlin.
Passionate.
Okay, Scott Kahn, my guy.
Good listener.
Okay, then. All right. Daniel
That's two
Bacon.
words, but he really is.
Daniel
Oh,
Bacon.
welcoming.
Dennis Chan.
Oh, family.
Jay Hernandez.
Oh, so many. The first one that came to my head, of course, what everyone probably say, handsome. He's really handsome in person. That's like the number one question everyone asks me. Is he that handsome in person? Yes, he is. And he's so nice. Jay is, I would also say Jay is just joyful. You know what I mean?
Okay, of course we have to ask Amy Hill.
Oh, again, family. Amy is like my sister that I never had. We actually met. Funny, we met doing this show, but we have so many friends in common. And of course, I've been such a huge fan of hers, and I just I love her so much. Love, 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 love would maybe be my word for Amy.
Now, without cutting it off, tell us about your passion that you are doing so much here with our actors here in Hawaii. I know it's difficult, and I was saying this earlier. It's already difficult being an actor, let alone being an actor here in Hawaii. So I know you have your little thing going on, Actors Hawaii, and of course you have your improv. So tell us all about it.
Yeah, well, I think what you say about it's difficult being actors here in Hawaii, I think that's definitely shifted, especially now. We have 3 productions happening on just this island right now, with Magnum, of course, with the Doogie Kami
Mhm.
Aloha coming up with Disney Plus, and then, of course, the Amazon series, I Know What You Did Last Summer. So I think what's very neat, and of course Netflix, releasing Finding Ohana, which has been so
That's true.
fantastic. There's definitely a huge shift. So it's not just like I said earlier about actors can be anywhere now
Hmm.
to audition for things. It's also that the stories and the have been of the people of Hawaii, not just the culture, but the cultures that have migrated here throughout the years are being represented. So the people here, I believe in them so much. I mean, I'm a local kid. I grew up here. My training is here. Where my passion started here, and so with Actors Hawaii, it really is just a way to elevate and organize and empower local creatives who really want to do this, because I get that question all the time. Hey, I want to act, how do I do
Yeah,
it? And I was like, my friend
right.
was always like, why do you want to do it? Because it's really hard.
Yeah,
So Actors Hawaii is really just kind of a platform for them, for anyone that even wants to give it a try, to say, okay, this is the stuff I need to get organized. So no matter what kind of what level you're on, if you're just starting, oh wow, I need to do this, this, and this. I need to train. I need to get representation, all that kind of. I need experience. And then if you're on a level where you've done the shows and and you already have representation, it's also a place to have everything in one place. So you can
okay.
share a simple link and just have your headshot, your resume, your performance calendar, which is a big thing, I think, because again, most of the opportunities here in Hawaii, most of the ongoing ones are going to be live theater, live performances. So people can come and see you or see, your reel. And then improv has just been a big thing for me for years.
Yeah,
So that, I think we go into our 9th year this year.
right.
So that has been a big transition from not being able to be in person, but we're still going. We have classes. We have a teen class starting up this weekend, so it'll be
Tell
fun.
us, okay, I guess this is based on my experience. The work that you guys did with our kids during this summer, I mean, from the time that they started before COVID and you guys started, during the COVID,
Hmm.
my daughter came to me like, I wrote it.
I
She said,
know.
I wrote, and I
Isn't that
said like,
amazing?
all right, and I said like, you did what? 'Cause
She
she doesn't,
did.
yeah,
She's
and she
very
did.
creative and very funny.
And I said, I think it takes classes like that to get the creative side of our kids. You who have been, you have been working in this business for such a long time, and I am sure, and I'm not just pulling strings here just to be able to say you're great because we're
Oh,
talking
thank
to each other, but also the impact that you, Amy, and everybody else, like our local actors here in Hawaii, gives how do you call this, inspiration to our
Mhm.
upcoming actors, what do you tell them? What piece of advice do you give to them?
Oh gosh, I think if it's a teenager or a younger person, I say have fun with it right now, and because I think that even if you are not planning on becoming a professional actor, when you're in school or when you're younger, not an
Mhm.
adult rather. I don't want to say kids. I don't want to say kids. Um, you know what I mean? If you're a high school student, a middle school student, or even younger than that, then I would say just have fun with it because, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Live. Yeah, that's
live,
live,
live.
right?
But yeah, I would say have fun with it because I think performance classes, creative classes, help you throughout your adulthood. It helps you
Right.
with communication. It helps you with team building. It helps you with being innovative, public speaking. So I would say have fun with it. Now, if you hit a point where you're like, I think I really want to do this, then sit down with somebody. And kind of talk about what it means to do it. There are also different ways to enter the business. Do you want to do live theater? Do you want to be on Broadway? What are your goals? I think right away people see how much work needs to be put into it. So that's why the first
Right.
question I ask people is, why do you want to become an actor? And if the first thing they say is, oh, I want to be famous, I'm like, you can be famous. Just start an Instagram account. Like, figure it out. You can do
That's
it.
true.
Actor's
Right.
so different. Or if someone says, I had someone recently that said, oh, because it looks easy. And my answer to that is, well, it looks easy because the people on television and the people you see in movies have worked really hard to make it look
To get
effortless.
it there.
So I think
Right.
there's a lot of people who think that it's not a lot of work. So I would say it is a lot of fun. But it takes a lot of work, and there's for I've said this so many times in different interviews, but I always talk about, or people always ask me about the things that I've succeeded in, but there's so many shows that I didn't get. You know what I mean? And
Right. Right.
so many
Right.
things have happened in my gosh. I started when I was 17 in my 20 plus career. So yeah, there's a thick skin that needs to be built. But if you're a kid, I'd say I said it. I said kid or teen. Have fun. Have fun and enjoy it. Enjoy the connection. Enjoy the creativity, and just listen to your voice.
I I don't want to be. I guess my question is like, do like Filipino or let's say Asian Hawaiian actors,
Hmm.
is there a peril of being typecast in a role?
I think before I would say
Mhm.
it's shifted a lot. It's very different right now. The faces that we're seeing on TV. I remember one day I walked into a fitting for 50, and if you go into wardrobe, they have all of the series regulars
Yes.
photos on the wall. And I remember looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, what other show has, two Hawaiians, a Samoan, a Filipino, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right. Right.
uh, Hapa, everything. So I think I can tell you that what I've seen come through lately it's definitely not like before, which is wonderful. I don't think that people are being seen just as, oh, you're Filipino, so you can only play a nurse role.
Right.
I don't think that matters anymore. And I think that if people are still thinking that way, they need to catch up because it's just not what it is, So I don't think that that's where we're moving towards. So, and it's very, very cool to see. I mean, just the scripts that I've been reading and the roles that I've been reading for, I'm like, I would never have gotten my hands on those before. So it's been really, really neat to see how productions, how casting, how writers are opening up to all of this. It's great.
You're playing Doctor Noelani right now between well 50 and then Magnum.
Hmm.
Do I see her in Doogie?
I don't know. I don't know if that exists in the same world. Gosh, that would be interesting, huh? Um, that would be really fun. But I don't know. I mean, I don't would. They're surgeons. I think they're trying to save people. I don't think they need. You know,
Oh, they
Noelani's
can mess up.
yeah, Noelani's the post work. So I'm not sure. Maybe they'll bump into each other. I'm not sure. That would be fun. Drop
Well,
that in there. Boop.
would you would you see yourself being in that show?
Of course. I mean, I think, I've been spoiled for the past several years, 4 years now, 5 years of getting to work in Hawaii. And that is, I know that that is such a treasure. So I welcome any opportunity right now. I just like to play. At the end of the day, all of us just like to play.
That's
And we're
true.
lucky enough to call it work, call it a job. So yeah, I'm down and open to play wherever. If it's fun and the people are great, then and it happens to be here in Hawaii, I mean bonus.
Well, I'll give you the last word. Say hello to your fans.
Oh, hi fans! Thanks for watching me sneeze. Um, I we miss you guys, and I know all of you are following Magnum, so thank you so much for supporting that show too. I hope you are all safe. I know it's such a hard time for everyone right now, and I'm glad and thank you, Amy, for letting us connect this way. I send all of my love to each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe, and yeah, we'll see you on the Magnum.
So yeah. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Amy.
much for the
Tell Nia
opportunity.
I
Thank
said
you.
hi.
I will. Thank you. Bye
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
bye. Bye.